This video is produced for entertainment purposes only. All credit to the author of this novel, Shui Qian Chen. The following spoilers are from the novel, and the series will differ, so don't expect all of this in the series. If you want to read the novel, then visit patreon.com/blspoilers. The link will be in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, and tell us how we can improve. Enjoy. Let's start with the video. Summary. Chapter 35. After deciding to focus on his career, Joe is faced with his injured friend, Sol. Despite his injuries, Sol invites Joe to dinner, which he can't refuse. At the restaurant, Joe is preoccupied with thoughts of Ming and their recent breakup. Sol tries to comfort him, but Joe is lost in his own thoughts. Joe stands outside, buying time before facing the awkwardness of Woot's wife at home. Woot calls, explaining that Ming is at his office demanding to see Joe. Woot can't leave, so Joe offers to return office. Woot refuses, insisting that Joe stay away to avoid conflict. Joe, feeling guilty, calls Ming, who insists their issues aren't resolved. Ming demands Joe come home, but Joe remains silent. Ming's persistence sends chills down Joe's spine, and he agrees to meet, hoping to end their conflict once and for all. Summary. Chapter 36. Joe returned home after avoiding it for several days due to the presence of Ming. He had brought Ming home but now had to ask him to leave, a task that would likely be difficult due to Ming's pride. Upon entering, Ming was already there, sitting on the sofa and giving Joe a cold stare. Joe, remaining calm, asked Ming if he had packed his things, offering to help. This caused Ming to become enraged, grabbing Joe's collar and almost punching him. Ming was still unaware of what he had said to Joe the night he was drunk. He only remembered feeling depressed after seeing Tong and his sister at their engagement ceremony. He had walked into a pub and gotten drunk, with Joe taking him home. Ming had always been captivated by Tong, even from a young age. He was shocked when Tong became engaged to his sister, feeling a sense of failure. He drank to forget his frustrations, not remembering what he said to Joe that night. Chapter 37. Summary. Joe's stability left him as he struggled to breathe. He looked at Ming, his disappointment evident. Ming didn't care about Joe's concerns, as he didn't value Joe's role in the entertainment industry. He felt that Joe's departure wouldn't affect anyone. Ming proposed that he could fund a film for Joe, but Joe knew that Ming never cared for him. He only treated Joe well to keep his relationship with Tong stable. Joe felt used and pitiful, as Ming never reciprocated his love. Ming's obsession with Tong made Joe jealous, and he wanted to humiliate Tong by taking his role. He knew that he could never win over Tong, but he still wanted to compete with him. Ming couldn't accept Joe's decision to take Tong's role, as he feared that Joe might develop feelings for Sol during the film's shooting. Ming's unconditional support for Tong made Joe cry, and Ming felt overwhelmed. He never saw Joe cry before, and it made him uncomfortable. Ming didn't know how to respond to Joe's words, and he couldn't let Joe leave him. He loved Joe's company and didn't want to lose him. Ming's fear of losing Joe made him aggressive, and he forcefully hugged Joe, making him fall to the ground. Ming overpowered Joe and tied him up, refusing to let him go. He knew that Tong would never like him, but he still wanted to protect him. Ming asked Joe if he loved him, but Joe remained silent. Ming stroked Joe's chin and begged him to continue loving him, promising to fulfill his desires. Joe felt devastated and closed his eyes, turning his face away from Ming. Thank you for watching. If you want to read the novel, then visit to patreon.com/blspoilers. The link will be in the description. Special thanks to my legendary supporters: Rebecca, Ann, Brian Stargell, Chelsea 212, Suzanne 233, Tamara Coomer, MZT, Maria Lalbakan, Sharon Fong, Martina Bosinkova, S. Armstrong, P. Pri, Ed.